Hello everyone, this is Mohammed. Welcome to SAP Cyber's ASE. In this session, we will discuss about database access. In this session, we will discuss how to create database, how to change database owner, how to create database users, create groups, how to create user-defined roles, and how to implement it. How to grant permission to the object and what kind of permissions are there, what kind of access are there. There are multiple layer of level of user access: server level access, database level access, and object level access. To grant any user, to grant any permission to database object, user must have access to database server. Once the user has a valid login to the database server and create the user to the database, a user must have a valid user to the database to create any permission access to the database object. So I will tell you, I will show you how to grant permission to the database object, how to create, how to drop database object, how to drop database object, and how to create, how to drop database user, how to create the login on the server. So I will show you. Database owner. Database owner can create and drop a user from the database, and the user and the database owner can do the multiple, can do anything within the database. Database owner can create a table, can drop any object, anything, perform the consistency of the table. If the user has a privilege or granted a SA role, or the user has a DBO, the user can perform the database backup, perform the restore of the database, perform the multiple multiple tasks, like it can grant any privilege to other user. Let's move to the database server. I'm going to log in and I will show you. So these are, we have system databases, and these are user databases: testdb, testdb2, testdb3. So first I will show you the permission. sp help use db, use. So the user has SA has a DBO. So now user want to, let's I will show you how many objects are there. There is a EMP table. User want to have access on this EMP table in TestDB database. The process is create a user to the database server and create a user on this database testdb3 and grant the appropriate privilege. So I will first we will create a login to database server. So this is the command to create a login to database server. Login is created. So now login is created. Sys login table store in the master. So now you can see information is there. Sybase user has been created in master database. Now we will create a database user. This is the command to create database user. Now I will sp help user. Sybase user has been created. Assign the public group by default. Now let's connect to the server. Sybase user. We are connected. Use testdb3. Now we are in testdb. Testdb3. Let's select the table select star from emp. No, it's saying there is no select permission in this table. Okay, so what we can do here, we have to grant appropriate privilege like select, insert, update, delete as per your requirement. You can grant the privilege. Exit from here. Grant select insert on emp to Sybase user. Access granted. Now exit from here. Login with the Sybase user. Use CacheDB3. Now select. Now you have access. You can insert Now value is inserted. Now you can see this. So you can perform anything. You can update this record, update. So we have granted insert, update, delete to this user. So as per, so you can see the record is updated, record is added. So in this session you have learned how to create user database server, how to create user, how to create permission to database object. So now the user can access to database object. So I will show you how to drop user. This is the command to check database user. There is no user. So you can see the user is created. So now you can drop the user using sp drop user username to drop the user from the current database. Now you can see user has been dropped successfully. Now we will create a database owner. So database owner can do anything in the database. Database can access any table within the database and truncate any table, create or drop, update any DML and DDL operation can perform in the database. So alias work as a DBO because we have only as DBO. So you can create a alias. So alias work as a DBO. This is just a similar to DBO. Suppose you want to create a DBO, so we can just create an alias. So the alias work as DBO. So alias is a DBO. Let's see. To create a database owner, so Sam here we must have user must have access to database server first, then create a database owner. Service user. Oh, sorry. DBU. So alias user has been created. So now you can see sp help user DBO. So how many DBOs are there? So you can see one. This is the by default. Yes, I have access as a DBO. Yes, as a is DBO, and now I have created a Sybase user as a DBO. So this Sybase user can do anything without any having any access, any permission to the table. DBO as a database owner can do anything, can perform any DDL and DML operation. So select start EMP. So it can select anything, can delete the table, delete. deleted. It can drop the table. It can truncate the table. Okay, so DVA can do anything, right? So I will tell you how to change database owner. Now you can see the TestDB has SA owner. So I will show you how to change it. Or let me show you the who is the owner of TestDB2, TestDB3. Okay, so TestDB3 is Sybase2 is the owner of this database. Suppose a user is left the organization. So what we can do here, we can change the ownership of the database. So I will tell you how to change the database ownership. So this is the command sp db change owner psa. Change db owner. So let's type ownership is changed. Sp have db sdb. Now you can see the ownership of the database has been changed. Let's move to the next topic. So groups. A group is a collective name for multiple database users. When a group is created, that group exists only in the database in which it is created. So basically groups are useful because you can grant or revoke permissions to groups, thereby granting or revoking permission to all of a group's members. Suppose we have there are multiple users want access to different database objects. So as per requirement, we can create a group. Like we can create. Suppose we want to give one access to the department or sales. Or we can what we can do here is a DBA. We can create a group and grant appropriate privilege to that group and grant that group to add this group to user. So every access assigned to group will be uh, granted to user. So I will show you how to create user-defined group. Basically, when you create any user, public group by default created, public public group added by default to the user. So these are the so how to create uh, group. So I will show you. So we are in test DB3. Let's create a group. DPT department. Group is added. Now you can see. Let's see is any table exist. Yeah, DPT table is there. Let's create one user because Sybase. Sorry, let's drop sp ham user DP. Oh, there is no DP. We have already dropped it. Right? Okay, so let's create the same user we had created earlier. Sp add user, service user. User is added. So by default, public group is assigned to this user. Let's exit from here. Use testd and try to access that group, that table. No, there is no permission to this user. So what we can do is we have already created a group. Just let's assign the permission to that group. Grant select on dpt enp. We can grant from my user. Okay, let's grant on dbt. Okay, in what tables we have granted select permission to this group. Let's grant this group to service user. We don't need to grant individual permission, so all the permission will be granted automatically. Also, sp change group sp change group name user name. Okay, group is changed. Now you can see, so this user is change the group to department. Now select the table. Okay, so this user can access the table dpt and enp, but it cannot be changed because we have given only select permission, so you can't do anything. If this user want to delete anything, delete from emp, can't delete from emp. So this table has been deleted. Oh, this connected from my user. Use test. Now select emp table. There is no reports because the table has been deleted by me. Okay, but I can access the table. Okay, so you got it. So I dropped from my access. Let's run this command again from dpt. It will not allow because you don't have delete permission, because we had granted select permission only, right?
So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe this channel for more session. So you will get more videos, more technical videos. Thank you.